So, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Studio Series Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. And this figure is... This is one of the greatest figures I have had in forever, honestly. And this was the Optimus Prime I got before the Earthrise one. And you know my opinion on the Earthrise one. I love that one. I gave that a 5 out of 5. This is no different. This is no different. This figure to me was just crazy. As soon as I got it out of the box, like, this is awesome. One thing I love about it, the transformation, which we'll get to, obviously. Other than that, though, this figure comes with one accessory. And said one accessory is his gun. There it is, a little ion cannon. Looking good. And if you turn him around, very clean back, you can store it, which is real nice. As far as kibble goes on this guy, just to get it out of the way, don't mind the wickedly awesome dust in his foot there. Actually, before we get to that, let's just address this one issue, which is his feet not liking to peg in fully sometimes, but it's a pretty simple thing. On that kibble-wise, turn him around, his back's quite clean, but the only bit of kibble on him is these little bits on his arms, which are actually kind of annoying. They're a little annoying, but they're on the type of hinge where you can remove them. I personally don't, but if you wanted to, you could indeed remove it. As far as this design goes, this design, many people call it the pinnacle movie Optimus. Now, myself, I grew up on the Bayverse movies, and I do like that design. I do like the original Bayverse design a lot. Not to take away from this one, because this one here is awesome, and it's something I wish I wanted, like, that I wish we've had our whole lives. Something I want Hasbro to do after they're done with the whole G1 phase is kind of go back to what they were doing in Classics and Universe, and just remaster the original characters, give them new designs, but still make them look like their original selves, but, you know, give them different alt modes, stuff like that. I want them to do that again so bad. So bad I want them to do that, but they just haven't. It'd be so cool to have that again. And I feel like this Optimus is kind of in that boat. Like, if we had a whole line of these, which we kind of do now, but they don't have Earth alt mode yet. This guy has an Earth mode, despite not having, well, I guess he did in the movie at the end, but we didn't really see his Earth robot mode. They just kind of made this, and it looks like the Cybertronian one, but some Earth bits. Smokestacks, everything's going around. As far as detailing goes on this guy, just immaculate. He even has the paint on the kneecaps. Painted silver, painted the grills. I don't know if these are stickers to this day or just really well painted, because they look like stickers, but they aren't, I don't think. Like, I'm pretty sure they're just painted. Another thing that's well painted is they dry brushed the entire abdomen area. And it looks like it's fully silver, but it's not. It's gray with a bit of dry brushing, and it just looks great because of it. I mean, it's just a lot of great detailing. Looking at the head sculpt, Optimus Prime, but, you know, live action. It's the perfect hybrid of G1 and the movies. It's great. As I mentioned, though, he does have the awesome sort of switch. The back has detailing and is not like kibbly. It is a panel, but it's a good type of panel. Now, one other complaint I'm going to dish out is he has black hands. For some reason, I don't know why he has black hands, but he does. They should be blue, but they're black, which is really odd. And I was like, is that really the truth? It is. Every Optimus Prime I own has blue hands. Getting down the figure that replaced him, blue hands. Everything's correct. It's just blue hands. Why does he have black hands instead of blue hands? Where did they even pull the black hands out of? Is the real question. Where did those even come from? I mean, it's just weird. Now, that's it for the detailing and stuff like that. So let's just look at the articulation. He has a ball in the head, which is the most restricted part of him. It's not very rangeful. Can't look up or down very much, but it is a ball joint nonetheless. Forward and back. It does kind of get blocked by that. You can move that out of the way. Outward as well. kind of has a butterfly joint. Kind of. It doesn't go forward that much. It does go back a little bit. Elbow. Then you got the swivel. Hand rotates. Waist rotates forward and back. The back's a bit restricted due to his butt cheek, and that's not a joke. It's literally because of that butt cheek part. A knee joint, which goes well beyond 90. Swivel, and he does have forward and back tilt. Foot along with, of course, an ankle tilt, because it's not complete without that. So this thing has flawless articulation. It's pretty much what you'd want out of him, plus a little bit more. Other than that, this figured robot is, the robot mode's amazing. It's amazing. There's barely any complaints, and the ones that are kind of nitpicky, like the black hands are really a nitpick. They don't affect anything. They're just kind of a nitpick to have. So let's get into the transformation, which for this guy is something. It is something. So, to start the transformation, we're going to turn him around, and we're going to unpeg the back panel, which is definitely not the whole front of the truck mode. Straighten his arms out, and as you straighten those out, take these and rotate them here. So there's a severed joint, and then you rotate them like so. So they rotate upward. Unpeg the chest like that, and then unpeg the head. Flip up that panel right there, and everything's going to start like disintegrating in your hand, right? No, not really. You're just going to push that upward like so, and now we're getting in the messy territory. Pull that down and out of the way, and then rotate the top half around like so. So rotate it around, push the chest piece back in, flip down the little bits here. Oh, you can't see it. Flip down these little bits here. So little silver bits. You can leave them out in the robot mode. That really makes no difference if you don't or do. Now mine I did have to modify a bit. This would not peg in at all. I did have to modify it because it was really tight. So I just modified it to make it a bit looser. A bit more loose than that. You can take the arms, and the arms do the generic Optimus Prime arm, where you fold it and then fold it into the side like that. That's what I like to call the generic Optimus Prime, because almost every Optimus Prime does that. You're going to take the shoulder bits here with the little missile pods, and you're going to fold them forward over onto the roof. And that'll start to form the roof section. You're going to do that. I'm going to fold that section up like so. And there you go. And I'm going to take the bumper and grill section and peg it in up at the front like that. And there's your alt mode. Right? Wrong. This guy does something not many Optimus Primes do. He has lag transformation. And this was what was crazy to me. Because how many Optimus Primes actually have lag transformation? So you're going to fold the shins forward and then take the side panels of the legs and fold them up. Next thing you're going to do is come to the legs, and you're going to flip up this little bit here. So it's kind of right there. It just flips up like that. Nothing in particular about it. Just does that. Fold out the little tanks. And then flip forward the back section of the lag. And the way the lag transforms is awesome to me. I just love that they decided to do a lag transformation. How often does Optimus Prime have a lag transformation? The answer is not often, because I can barely think of any. Now, there is one little issue with it sometimes, which is how these bits go here. It's really weird and finicky. What you want to do is make sure that goes like that. And on this foot specifically, there is the trailer catch. There you go. So you got the little trailer hitch. Flip the foot in. It will peg in. And then the trailer hitch will go and slide into the other foot as well. And then you just have to come in to the shin section. And the shins will peg into there, so the shoulder joint. And then there's a little peg on the smokestack as well. So just get all that in there, like so. And do that. Make sure that everything's lined up correctly. And there is Bumblebee Movie Prime in his alt mode, which is spectacular. It is just the box truck, right? But it's nice. And there's a giant gap in it, right? Well, you can fix that. Something the instructions don't show you is you could store the gun. I was like, this isn't legitimate, right? But it is. I only figured this out because I looked at it and I was like, it's perfect. It's the perfect cutout and everything for that weapon to just sit in there, and it fills the gap. It does everything. It's the perfect cutout. I've never seen anyone talk about that in a review, but it's there. There's weapon storage. Pretty damn good weapon storage, too. I mean, as far as the truck mode goes, it looks great. The silver is going crazy on it. They never painted the rear lights, but that's fine. The amount of silver on the cab alone is insane. They had the whole stripe. Painted the windows, the bumpers, the headlights. The wheels are painted. They even painted back here on, like, the hitch area, which the trailer's got to reach, so I'm not going to bother to get it. But yes, it can support the Earthrise trailer if you care. Other than that, though, this thing just looks great. And I love just the transformation to get there. It's complicated, but it's not too complicated. And that's what I like about it, is it's different. And I especially love that the legs transform. It's something that Optimus Prime needs to do more often. It doesn't happen enough, and I wish it would happen more. Other than that, it does roll quite nicely. And, like I said, weapon storage, if you just want to store it, there's no way it's not intentional. There's even, like, the little gaps for the little pegs in there. Like, it has to be intentional, right? It has to be. So, let's just get to my thoughts on them. This thing's perfect. It's perfect. In my eyes, this is the perfect Optimus Prime. It's just the perfect one. If you don't want a G1 Optimus Prime that looks like G1 Optimus Prime, this guy's your guy, you know? Like, he is literally just amazing. But if you could only have one Optimus Prime, what would I have recommended at the time? The overpriced Earthrise one, that's the leader price, despite only being Voyager in size, or would I have recommended the Bumblebee movie one, which is Voyager price point. It's a lot more complex, but still looks like Optimus Prime in every way feasibly possible. It just doesn't have as cartoony of an aesthetic. And honestly, also mine has a slight issue. That panel likes to pop off quite often. I'm kind of worried it'll break someday. But if you want my honest opinion, I think I would have rather got this guy, honestly. And that's why I bought him at the time. He was cheaper. He was like 10 times cheaper than the other one. The other one was like $90. This one's like $50. Like, there was no going wrong with this one. This one here is just the better overall one. And do I prefer the Earthrise one to this one? The answer is no. I think I do like this one more. As far as the figures go, I like this one more. Just a tiny bit more. Because the Earthrise one is good, don't get me wrong. But I love the aesthetic of this one. I love the transformation of this one. It has good articulation. It has good engineering. It doesn't do anything wrong. Ooh, I just popped the panel off. That's my bad. I can fix that. I thought I broke it for a second. I did not. There we go. That good? Nope, I put it on backwards. Oopsie. There we go. But I mean, this thing is just, it's great. I love it. I love this thing wholeheartedly. And it's probably going to get a re-release with Rise of the Beast. I'm pretty sure it was leaked a bit ago that they're doing this one again. But they're putting like a bumper on it, like a bigger like grill section, like a cow catcher type section on it, which would be cool. Other than that, this guy is just the pinnacle prime, other than the Earthrise one. He's just great. He gets a 5 out of 5, maybe even a 6, and I've only given 6 to Home. Cybertron Prime, again another Prime, but still, I love this Optimus Prime. I think he's great. He's a 6 out of 5. This has been my review on Studio Series Optimus Prime from the Bumblebee movie. It's been Eilt, Elite, signing out.